Lidson, what time to coach leave for the National Stadium? 20 minutes. Can you go and round up the kids for me, mate? Hello? Real Madrid, what do you want? You want Degen? Well, I'm sorry, mate. I can't sell you Degen. So, I'm sorry, how much? Oh, gee. Look, I wish I could. I can't. I can't replace him in the squad. No, believe me, I really want to. Call back at the end of the season.
Saman till segerstroppen Malta Grindavik Och jag vet vattnen ger idag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 12, Episode 6 I think we're up to today, and we have the Gags in the semi-final of the Cup. And then it is away to Shakhtar Donetsk. It is the biggest game we'll have in the Champions League this season. We have to get off to a winning start. It's our best chance, obviously. Not obviously, it's our best chance to get out of the league phase, but just generally, it's our fourth pot team that we're playing. One of the two. It's away from home. It's just a big game, a massive, massive game. Now, speaking of massive things, we had a bid from Real Madrid for Lars Degen on, I think it was transfer deadline day in sort of mainland Europe. £33.5 million, plus a potential add-on, taking it up to 37 if he played 20 games for them. A friendly as well, which would have added some money in there. It was a very, very tempting bid, but ultimately it was too late. We couldn't replace him, and so I had to reject it. I was so tempted, but it would have really hurt us in Europe this season. And I'm using the logic that if they're bidding this for him now, they'll probably bid it for him next, in the summers for them, sort of halfway through our season before Europe starts, so we can still sort of mold a European squad together. So, yeah, I mean, he is club captain now as well. I just don't want to lose him. He is just a very good player, and he's on 92 grand a week. So it would solve some financial problems if we got 33 million plus took 100 grand a week off the wages. But we're here to win. We're not here to run like Arsenal and be a business, are we? So that is that. There's not much else to catch you up on. 4 days have passed since we qualified for the Champions League. So let's have a look what we're doing against Breidablik with the Gags in the Cup at the National Stadium. 4-4-2 is what we're expecting from them. We've got Rafferson in goal. Mortensen filling in at left back for us. Olofsson, Unnesen, and Snyder comes into play right back. I just don't think Bodvarsson he's a little bit mistake prone when we saw him earlier on in the competition, so we're going to go with Snyder. Gisarasen, Turpinson and Allmarkson will be in midfield. Medina, Jofferson and Boutenson will be the front three. A couple of other good players on the bench as well. Arneson just coming back from injury, so I didn't want to risk him from the start. He's not match sharp, so we'll go from there, and hopefully the guys that are out there now will get us to the final. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Do we recognise any names? We have sent a few players to them, but I think a lot of them have been on loan, not necessarily sort of them signing players from us. So, what do we want to say? Put on a show. Let's just stick to the game plan. We will be fine. And, hopefully the Gags are going to be good enough here. Match sharpness is maybe a slight issue. But, I mean, it should be fine, shouldn't it? Now, we didn't just get the bid for Degen. We did have a few other big bids. Beyonce had a very tempting one that was over 20 million. It was, again, a case of we weren't able to get anybody in to replace him. And as we know, that left wing position is a little bit of a weakness for us. He's sort of playing out there with a stronger right foot as it is. So I didn't want to do that. Unnesen was quite popular. Just over the top as he must have heard his name. But, generally speaking, there wasn't really anybody I wanted to sell. Certainly that was going to bring in big money. So there was never really, once our transfer window closes so we can't sign anybody else to play in Europe, then that's kind of it as far as I'm concerned. Unless it's someone that I want to sell, we're not going to sell them because we can't. We're just weakening ourselves for our European campaign, which... this season, I really do feel like and want to make sure we get out of this league phase. I think we have got the more I think about it, we have got the friendliest sort of draw I think we could have got in the Champions League. We've got to sort of not look at club reputation, which is easy to do, and look at, it's an absolute tap-in for Boutenson. Medina has put it on a plate for him. And, our Portuguese kid that came through the academy, and is it Allmarkson again? He just pulls strings, doesn't he, Allmarkson? And look at this. The defence is questionable at best. Boutenson's just stood there having a chat to the goalkeeper. And yeah, just sort of taps it in and runs off in celebration. Very nicely done. Turpinson over a free kick now. Good ball in. It's headed away, though, again. And those lofted balls into the box haven't really looked like working so far. But when we got to the byline, that, you know, one time that we've seen, and we've only been playing for 6 minutes, so how many chances have we had? Here we go again. Can Medina do it again? He's been closed down a little bit better this time. Snyder crosses it in. All marks and it's a penalty. Slid in from behind. Boutenson now with a chance for a double. And inside 10 minutes, we could have a foot into the final of the Icelandic Cup, and we do. It is 2-0. Boutenson has his 21st of the season. And, well, the Gags are looking good, aren't they? Look at all the Grindavik fans. I think there's not that many people in Grindavik, are there? National Stadium holds 20,000. How many? I have to look up how many people actually are in Grindavik at this point in time. Although, let's be honest, you know, the football economy in Grindavik now, people will be moving there, it'd be a destination city in Europe, wouldn't it? There's a cracking ball again for Medina. He's pulled it back, and it's going to be another penalty. It's last-ditch defending at its worst, if we're honest. Boutenson, oh, he's gone the same way. The goalkeeper read him like a book, and we end up with a corner. Let's hope that that doesn't have a momentum shift in the game. Ball in, decent again. Again, it's headed away, and we should pick that up, and we can go again. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see in real life how many people live in Grindavik, because I got the impression it's... I mean, Iceland's not a massively populated country anyway. So I got the impression that Grindavik was like a town of maybe like 5,000 people. So there's not... I suppose it's all the plastics, isn't it? All the Reykjavik plastics that are showing up. Here we go, Jofferson. Good ball in, and it is claimed by the goalkeeper. All right. Because I remember it was at Euro... What was the Euros when they beat England? I like to bring that up whenever I can. There was some like crazy percentage of the Icelandic population that was in France for the tournament. I can't remember. But yeah, I think Iceland... Oh, just fingers racing. Iceland, I think, in their population, it's under 200,000, I think, or certainly under 250,000. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. These are sort of facts that I should Google rather than just trying to guess and remember off the top of my head. But, yeah. Which I think, too, that's something that we've got to remember when we're... Well, I mean, I complain, and then you just sort of agree with me, if I'm honest. But, oh, that's a not great piece of defending from Olafsson. Oh, he didn't do his gym work, did he? He got muscled off the ball there. And he is an adopted Gag, having been signed as part of our Finance the Country operation. And, well, that wasn't great, was it? Let's be honest. So suddenly it's 2-1. And we're looking at game back on again. Look at this. Empty seats, empty seats, empty seats. I was told never to sing again, but that was more of a spoken word. Here we go. All marks in again to Medina. Medina. Square it. Oh, Medina. That was absolutely glorious. He did get, you may have noticed when I showed last episode the highlights for the second leg in Partisan. I brought him off the bench there and he got a goal. And, well, he's done that brilliantly, hasn't he? Boutenson's played him through. And he just waited. I mean, that's not the greatest piece of defending there. They could drive a truck between their two centre-backs. But he just played that to perfection, didn't he? And that is 3-1. So, yeah, this is Lissandro Medina. He is always a promising winger now, though. That's new. Only 18. He did come through our academy, even though he is Portuguese, I promise you. So, yeah, that is looking good. We're happy with that. No, it's got to be don't get complacent. It is one of these right now where the 2-goal lead... I mean, it's not 2-0, so it's not the most... Why is he looking unsure? Medina, I've just been praising you, mate. You're doing fine. What do I want? I want to pump my fists. How can he be looking unsure? He's man of the match right now. Header from Jefferson straight into the goalkeeper's arms. What was I saying? I think I was talking about Medina, but I can't remember now for sure. Olafsson, he redeemed himself there, didn't he? That was a good covering tackle. Now, we could look to make some changes here and give youngsters some game time, but we need more than a 2-goal lead to feel comfortable doing that, I think. Yeah, I mean, Arneson's a very good player that's just not quite I mean, he's just coming back from injury, so that's why he's not starting the game, though it might be a good chance to give him some game time. Gisler Rasmussen's not having a great game. Now, that was a fantastic tackle. Jofferson has been fed out there. Can we get it back in for Baltinson? This could be the hat trick. It is. Neil Baltinson. It wasn't maybe as clean as we would have liked it to be, but it is 4-1 early in the second half, and the Gags now are surely going back to the Icelandic Cup final. Now, if we are to not lose this game, which I'd be annoyed if we did from here, it'll be a new club record. That was a sneaky little backheel flick of a finish there. It'll be a club record for most games without defeat. So that's obviously very nice, considering, you know, there's European games in there as well. Now, you could argue we haven't really played much, although Partizan is, I tell you what, that's a very good goal. It's not good defending. And every time it feels like we're just getting ourselves safe, Breidablik being let back into the game. And it's Olofsson again. Now, he is the younger, weaker defender of the two of them there. Mortensen could go back in and play in the middle. We do have this guy that was playing left back previously. We could move him out there. But Olofsson is a player that is, I'll try and remember to show you next time I get a chance here. He is potentially quite good. He was one of the guys, I think we got him off of FH, out of their academy. I forget how much we gave them for him, but yeah, I think that's where we got him from. FH have had a few decent players, haven't they? Because that's where we got Albert Jonsson from. Now, he was leaving them on a free, if I remember correctly. Baltinson gets it nicked off of him, which was a shame, because I would have paid them good money for Jonsson and then given them an add-on as well. And given some of the fees we're getting, Markson, that could have really set FH up for the future. But ultimately, Jonsson refused to join us, and then when he did, it was too late for FH. But yeah, I mean, XG is almost 5. We have had 2 penalties. We could really have used one of those going in, though, couldn't we? Apologies if you can hear screaming children. Again, it is bath time. You'll probably get a sense of the time of day that I am recording. As almost a mix-up there, but Rafferson claims it. Yeah, so we'll get Ornason. We'll get Arneson out there. There's a good ball for Baltinson to run onto. Is this the goal that's going to wrap it up? He's pulled it over. And still, I don't know how Baltinson's... I mean, Baltinson's having a good game, but he's missed a penalty. I don't know if you qualify for a 10 when you've missed a penalty. Turpinson. Oh, Gary Turpinson! That is now surely the goal that will see us there. It is 5-2. It is the 78th minute, and that is a very, very good free kick from... Well, he's been around for a long, long time now, has Turpinson. 27 years of age. And there was comparisons early on. He was the Icelandic Lampard, and we've played him in again here. Olofsson's got back that time and done well. But yeah, Turpinson, there's another good ball over the top there for Baltinson. That is game, set, match. Into the final we go. It's 6-2. 150 goals now for the club, for Baltinson. He has been an absolute star. And Baltinson, well, he's not 27, that's for sure. We did get a bid for him, actually, from... I want to say Bristol City. I can't remember now the club, but it was an English team, but not sort of a traditionally big English team. But it was pushing up towards 10 million. It was over 9. I can't remember exactly what it was. Let's say 9.5, split the difference. How old is Baltinson now? 21. So, yeah, there is a lot of interest in him still. And he is still obviously quality, as he gets 5 with a missed penalty. And I didn't realise he was having quite that good of a game. But well done. Medina was brilliant as well. Turpinson was pulling strings, as was Markson. That is a very, very good Gags performance. And of course, that was the Gags against second in the league. So that is absolutely not a bad one. And we're playing our affiliate team again in the final. So, I mean, it's a bit of an anticlimactic final, but KFA has got there again. They're obviously... How have they not got promoted to the second tier yet? They've been stuck in the third tier since we became an affiliate of theirs, and I've sort of stopped loaning them players, to be honest, because they're no good to us playing in, in that division, loaning them there. It's too low of a standard, but surely they will get promoted sometime soon. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We will be back. It's not the final, is it? When is the final? I'm pretty sure that it... Oh, no, wait. It is the final. We won't be starting in the Champions League today. We'll be playing a cup final against KFA. There is an international window that's about to start. This may be a very, very close game. All right, welcome back. It is Cup final time, so we're suited, we're booted, and let's have a look at what we're expecting here against what is our junior affiliate. 4-4-2 again is what we're expecting from them. The team we're sending out now, we are in the middle of an international break. We've lost some kids. The senior internationals are still around, but some of the younger ones have gone, so you will notice changes. Rafferson stays in goal. It is Harmajarnason. He's going to come in and play left back for us. You can see he's actually becoming quite highly rated potentially. Mortensen will move into the middle with Unnison. Bodvartsen will come in and play right back. That's because Snyder is still tired. It's only been like 2 or 3 days break. Arneson comes in to start. Gesarasin is off with the Icelandic under-20s with Turpitz and then Allmarksen. Allmarksen is tired, but he needs to start. Medina, Sig Jonsson comes in because Jofferson has left. Baltinson starts up front again. And someone I did just want to point out on the bench that wasn't part of the team last time, but for the semi-final. But Fredriksson is looking very, very good. Another one of these kids that wasn't highly rated when they came into the youth intake, but he is certainly training on and is looking as though he could be another. We've got so many defensively minded midfielders that come through our academy. If we can get some players in some other positions, we'd be dangerous. We do also have Arneson on the bench, another Arneson. Another one that's highly rated is a 15-year-old winger, so don't expect too much from him. Ideally, we won't need to use him today, but he is there and just one of the better options that is, not away on international duty. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Again, I don't believe we have anybody with them currently. Certainly nobody that is potentially someone that we rate for the future. So what do we say to this? I think just stick to the game plan again. It really is a hiding to nothing for us, isn't it? We are massive, massive favourites. And, if we were to win 10-0, no one would really think anything of it. But obviously, if we were to lose, we'd be laughed out of town, wouldn't we? So yeah, we'd have to just cancel the affiliation. There's no way we could we could keep that going if they beat us here. So I mean, it is a 22,000 Grindavik fans, it looks like, in this stadium right now. So that is, where are you at home? But our new stadium is going to be roughly half of this. I think it's 22,000 the national stadium. I think that's what it said it was. So our new stadium at the end of this season, which isn't too far away now, is going to be 11,000. Sorry, so that's going to be roughly half of the national stadium. So that looks good if we can. Oh, and there it is. Allmarksen opens the scoring in the 12th minute, and that is us on our way to lifting the Icelandic Cup again. Excellent work. What was I going to say? Something about this national stadium. Our stadium being 11,000. I can't remember now. Anyway, I'm not sure if our Champions League games. Now we've got some defending to do here. We don't want to give ourselves the trophy just yet because it's 1-1. Now, one thing we do need to maybe be a little bit careful of here is complacency, because they are obviously a decent team to have got here. So it might be one of these where maybe we need to scout our junior affiliate a little bit closer than maybe we have been. Turpinson, he has another go, and it is, his first goal of the final, I suppose. It is just over the top. But let's see what we can do here. Harmajarnason, Arneson, Turpinson. Back to, Mortensen. It was a little dummy there for Arneson. Almost caught me out. And nice patient play. Just move them around, boys. Move them around. There's the killer ball for Sigurd Jonsson. He's actually leaving us as well. He signed the deal somewhere else. I forget where it was. I wasn't too concerned about it. He's not someone that is going to make us better in the long term. We've got better gags than him as well. So I was more than happy to let him go. So he's going to go off and further his career. Oh, and Medina had a really good chance there to give us back the lead. Had more time, I think, than maybe he realised as well. As they just pump it long. Icing is called, and we will come back and have a face-off inside. That's as far as my ice hockey knowledge goes. Come on, boys, come on. Turpinson. Wide there for Bodvartsen. Unnison for Arneson. Arneson for Baltinson. Here we go. He got 5 in the semi. Can he get 1 in the final? He can. It is his 25th of the season. It restores our lead. I've just punched my desk again, so I'm just going to rearrange things so slightly there. But that is absolutely wonderful stuff. 2-1. Arneson with the ball over the top. Baltinson, good first touch, and the second touch, as ever, in the back of the net. Nicely done. So, back in front in the final. I haven't seen any KFA fans as of yet. So, I don't know if... Usually they have at least a corner, don't they? as that is a penalty. Not 100% sure what for. I mean, you assume a foul or a handball. Baltinson adds a third, his second of the final. And, well, we shouldn't be dropping 2-goal lead to a third-tier side, that is for sure. So, yeah, they've had their moment. And, I mean, really, if you're a KFA fan, you go into this, you can see the goal early on, you're thinking the worst, aren't you? You've had your moment, you got back level. You can cling on to that for, well, I'm assuming I'd say the rest of their lives, but KFA have already made the final once in the last couple of years, so, you know, maybe they're a team that will be back again shortly. But Mortensen is looking quite tired. One thing I have noticed from this is that we do have a little bit of a shortage of left backs. Now, Collar, I think, is technically still our player. Last I remember him, I think I sent him out on loan to Breidablik. I don't think I've sold him to Breidablik, though. So, yeah, I mean, we're not, as I've said before, we're not going to keep players that could strengthen the league just to play as a gag, basically. That's not really something I'm that interested in doing. But yeah, he would be our first choice gag at left back. Mortensen and Unison, they are tired, aren't they? It's a little bit like the semi-final. A 2-goal lead is not really comfortable enough, as that is cleared after it hit the post. Here we go on the break. Medina and Baltinson. Turpinson getting forward. We had a man over too. We just needed a little bit more patience there, didn't we? But that's okay. You expect that from young players. Siggy Jonsson. It'll almost certainly be his last game in a Grindavik shirt, as, you know, I don't think he'll be necessarily missed. We have seen him from time to time with the gags. So, yeah, if you have any Siggy Jonsson memories, leave them in the comments. Oh, that's a red card. Baltinson was through. You can see why he's done it. You're already 2 goals down. Baltinson's going through on goal. You kind of do need to bring him down, but that is going to be that now. They're not coming back from 2 down with 10 men. They weren't coming back from 3 down with 11 men, were they? So, yeah, bit of a hiding to nothing, that one. Do we want to make changes? Probably not, to be honest. We could bring on a centre-back, but let's watch Ornison and Mortensen puffing around, shall we? There's a header, and it's just over the top from Medina. We do have some league games coming up now between, obviously, the next episode will be the start of our Champions League campaign. We should have the league wrapped up in that time. Oh, there's a cracking ball, and Medina can't finish it. Yeah, I'm not going to waste time coming back to watch us win the league, because it's expected at this point. We've seen it many, many times. So we'll come back, and it will be Shakhtar. Oh, I should probably say Viewers Player of the Year. We'll need to start getting those nominees together. So if whoever you think has been our best or your favourite players this season, let me know. And yeah, Baltinson's walked his way through and off the line. There is some decent... Oh, is that a penalty? There is some decent play from this side, aren't they? Remembering, again, 3rd tier, we faced worse teams in the Pepsi League, haven't we? Let's be honest. Stoppage time. Can they get another goal back? Which would make it a little bit nervous for us. Bodvarts, I tell you what, he wasn't great earlier on in the competition. He's done very well there, and this is surely a goal. Medina, just pass it, mate. Wrong way. Oh, you've passed it the wrong way. Baltinson, I think he's offside. He stabbed it in, and it is going to be a hat-trick in the final, is it? I mean, we've made such hard work of that. We haven't... I don't know what's happened here. Are we going to get another stoppage time goal? It's a shame we didn't get to see that back, because Bodvarsson did really well at one end, and then Medina, I don't know what he was thinking. We had no defenders anywhere near Baltinson or Siggy Jonsson at the back post, and he decided to pass the ball back. Trying to think, there was a midfield. Oh, who was it? It was went to Burnley, I think. Oh, so it was disallowed. Yeah, I mean, he was offside. So it's no surprise it was ruled out. But there we go. We have won the Icelandic Cup. 3-1 in the end, not 4. Baltinson doesn't get the hat-trick in the final. I think he was... Allmarkson's captain on the day, it looks like. I think Allmarkson was 10, or was Baltinson 10? I think Baltinson's 10. So he's captain on the day. He will lift the trophy. And the Gags have done it for, I want to say, a 5th time. although it wasn't always the gags in the cup, was it? But they've done very, very well there. Well done, boys. The Grindavik Academy, plus a few ring-ins, have done that again. So we deserve to celebrate. Well done. I mean, in a way, it's a shame. Was there any? Do we have any? Yeah, because Bodvartsen was a ringer. Who else have we actually signed? So it was only Bodvartsen, and to be fair, we would probably have rather Snyder played there. There's a couple on the bench that we've brought in, but yeah, that's not bad at all. So there we go. We lift the cup again. Our financial woes are finished. We have 14 grand for winning it. Victoria, so it's a famous treble already. The league is soon to be added to that, so that's all very nice. So every second year it looks like we've been winning it, so that's good. The board's happy, and is it still just me that's a legend? It really annoys me that there's none of the players. I mean, obviously I'm a legend, you know. But it really annoys me that none of the players are getting, you know, to any of those sort of different icon status as we go through here. But anyway, it's not a major thing. We can decide who our icons and legends and whatever else is. So we've qualified for the Europa League. It's a shame KFA could have gone into that, although it's probably better off in truth that it goes to a Pepsi League team that will have more chance of doing something. And we've had to pay 350 grand to RB Leipzig as part of the Kosh loan, and he didn't even play in the competition. That's annoying, isn't it? So we've actually lost massively by winning that. Anyway, that's okay, guys. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Like I say, Cup domestic football is basically put to the side now. We'll be back to face Shakhtar away and Real Sociedad away. A win and a draw there, and we are off to a cracking start, aren't we? That's really what we need, I think, next episode. So let's hope we can get it. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.